Okay, so for today's video, I'll be talking about Produce 101, which is Mnet's last music survival show, where it consists of 101 trainees competing to win 11 spots in a girl group that will be debuting in 2016, and it's announced that they will be debuting in May. And I'll be just talking about my opinions regarding the final lineup and the overall show and whatever. So I'll just start right now with the 11 winners. So spoiler alert if you haven't watched the show or don't want to know who won until you actually watch it, just come back to this video afterwards if you want to hear my opinions. And I don't know. Okay, so the first one who won first place in terms of voting was Somi. So I totally agree with her being in the lineup. I think she brings a lot of great things as a member. Very cute girl, great personality, great singer, rapper, everything. She's a very solid member. I actually wanted her to be in Twice instead of Dahyun, because Dahyun is one of those members that doesn't do much for Twice. So I wanted Somi to be that one member to replace Dahyun. So, but you can't really do anything now because Dahyun is part of Twice, and whatever. So okay, so for the one who won the second place was Sejong, and I think Sejong she's my favorite one. I think she's the best out of all the ones in the show. She's just an amazing performer. She's really helpful to all the girls. I think she should be the leader of the group, but there's rumors that Na-young will be the leader since she's the oldest. Throughout the show, I fell in love with her. If this group only lasts a year, which is what it's supposed to be, that's what I heard. I hope Jellyfish puts her in the rumored girl group that's gonna be debuting in this year or next year, sometime around. I don't know. So third place was Trey Jung. So she's kind of I think the face of the show, in my opinion. She's really, really cute member. I think personality-wise, she has probably the most interesting one. I liked her. At first I was like, okay, she's cute, but over time I really grew to like her. She has a really funny personality, and she's a great performer. Top three, they're all around great. They can dance, rap, wherever you put them, they do well. And so throughout the show, you really get to see those three solid all around. So fourth is Chungha, and she is the dancer of the group. Really glad she made it. I wanted her to make it. At first, I really didn't notice her. She was really good at her introduction, but Mnet was being really shady with a lot of the trainees, and they weren't showing her that much. Well, at least I didn't notice her until she was put into certain groups that had popular trainees, so they got a lot of screen time. So she was over there, and then she would teach the girls how to dance, and she really grew a lot, and you can really see she really deserved it. And I'm really glad she placed fourth, because she was basically no one in the show, since Mnet didn't give her screen time. And that's just a whole nother story behind the show. A lot of girls, they were never even shown. So I know it's really difficult, but since it's a 2-hour show, but 101 girls, it's impossible for you to really get to know any of these girls unless you get a bunch of screen time, which this dives into the next one, the next member that got picked, which is Sohei. I actually like Sohei, but in my opinion, my honest opinion, she did not deserve to be in this show, in the final lineup. She's nowhere near as talented as any of these other girls, and I know she's improved a lot, and she has a great personality, which I think is how she really earned her place. she really convinced a lot of people by her awkwardness and just improving a lot. But she has nowhere near the experience any of the other girls in the show. Like, she was one of the ones that I thought she was gonna be kicked out, but over time she grew a fan base and she pulled it off and got lucky. And but the thing is with Sohei, she's not good at anything. Like, she's just below average. So I really hope she really does improve to at least keep up with the girls, because the final lineup in general, they're pretty good. But then you see Sohei and then it's like, okay, like, why is she in this group? So hopefully she really, like, develops as a performer. Apparently she wanted to be an actress, so she didn't want to be a singer. So that's one of the things that really irks me, because all these other girls wanted to be singers and Sohei wanted to be an actress. So the next one is Pinky. She's the only foreign member of the group. She is, like, labeled as the prettiest member. In my opinion, I don't think she's ugly, but I don't think she's the prettiest one. She's kind of like average. But I like her. She has a really good personality, great at dancing, and all the Pledis girls really, really impressed me. So I'm really looking forward to the Pledis girls debuting, and I think it's gonna be, like, maybe this year or really early next year, because they got a lot of fans from this show, and they even opened their own Twitter. And I think Pledis, after seeing everyone's reactions to them on the show, you can really tell they're very polished. And I think in general, Pledis singers, or their groups in general, they're very polished. Like, I like all of Pledis artists. I think they do a really good job at training them, because I know this is kind of off topic, but it kind of relates to this, since the show is based on companies. It focuses a lot on companies. Pledis is not known for having, like, Pledis is known for having, like, the prettiest or the most handsome idols. So it's really funny, because, like, a lot of them are street casted, and then they all of a sudden become amazing performers. So whoever's training the people, like the trainees in Pledis, is doing an amazing job, because all of them are really good at everything. So, fun fact, if you didn't know about that regarding Pledis is, like, they're known for having, like, one of the best looking idols in K-pop. So I'm happy with her. She's good at everything as well. And then we have Cheon, and honestly, like, I didn't want her to be in this group. I know, like, a lot of people were rooting for her, and Kathy, they already debuted in a group. I did not want her to get into this group, because that's, like, she already debuted. So what's the point for you to join another girl group, and then Dia or DIA, whatever you want to call them, are making, like, a comeback very soon. So I didn't want her to be in this group, because she's already part of a group. I understand why she wanted to be in the show, to get, like, her name out there, and she definitely did. She got a lot of fans, but I don't agree with her being in the show, like, or especially winning. But I can see why she got a place, but overall she doesn't even stand out. Like, comparing her to all the other ones in this list, like, she's one of the, along with Sohei, like, she doesn't really stand out that much. Like, she can keep up dancing wise, but I don't think she's really good at her vocals. And I mean, she's cute, but if you want to put her in visuals, a lot of these other girls are prettier, in my opinion. And I don't know, I just feel iffy about like her and being in this group, but who knows? She probably changed my mind since I'm probably gonna buy their album, and who knows if they'll stay together after a year and whatever. But good for her, she won a place in this group. I was actually expecting her to get it since she maintained her spot throughout the show. So good for you, Chan, but who knows? Maybe she'll impress me like later on. And then we have Doyan, which is a Fantagio trainee, along with Yoojung. And honestly, she didn't really stand out to me that much, but I think near the end, especially with their song In the Same Place, she really stood out. Like, I found her, I didn't really get the hype behind her being, like, the second prettiest one in terms of the voting, but then she really, really stood out in the last 2 episodes, especially with that, with the 5-song, 35 trainees episode, where she was like the center for the In the Same Place team. Really liked her. Same thing for Fantagio trainees. They were all on point along with Pledis trainees, so I'm really glad that she made it. I think she really deserves this, and she's really cute. I can really see her like being an actress, in a lot of, like, I can see her in a lot of dramas. So I mean, Fantagio is known. Fun fact: Fantagio is like known for actors. So for example, like Yoojung and Doyan, you're probably gonna see them in a lot of dramas because they probably train mostly in acting. So, okay. Next person is Mina. So Mina is Mina, like, she's probably like the third one I'm like kind of iffy about, but not as much as Cheon or Sohib, but I think she deserved it. She was pretty good, like, but if I had to pick, like, I would like to switch her with someone else. But I think Mina, she's good at everything, but like, she doesn't really stand out that much when she's on stage, but individually, I think that's why she got like a lot of support. Individually, she has a very fun personality, and I like that. One thing I like about her, like, she doesn't really care about her weight or anything like that, and she just kind of eats all the time and doesn't care. So, I mean, I don't have problems with Mina, but the other two, I'm not really happy with them. So then we have Im Na-young. She is like the perfect Pledis girl. I can see, if she didn't make it in this group, I can see this Na-young being in after school. She has an after school vibe to her. I don't know if you've ever seen her perform. She definitely has like a really after school like feeling when she performs. So I really grew to, like, she really grew on me when they actually gave her screen time. And I'm glad she made it because she's actually pretty good at rapping. So even though Jeon Soyeon from Cube didn't make it, I thought she was gonna make it and be like the rapper of the group. After Nayeon rapped in, I think the song was called Fingertips, I was like, oh yes. So I don't really care about having raps and songs, but if there is a rap, hopefully she gets it, because looking at the list, she's probably the best one out of everybody when it comes to rapping. And she can keep up with the dancing, singing. Great member. If Sejong is not the leader, she probably is going to be the leader. And then the last one, which I think definitely deserved it, like the ones who earned really their places in this by skill alone, was Chungha and Yeonjung, which is the last one that made it. She's the 11th member, and she's in charge of the vocals. I honestly wanted at least one very strong vocalist in this group, and she's definitely it, along with Sejong. But the thing about Yeonjung is that she has a really like clear voice, which reminds me a lot of like Taeyeon, because so like Sejong, she has like a kind of unique tone, but Yeonjung is really clean. So that's really I really like about her. Like give her any type of songs. All the songs they gave her, she pulled it off effortlessly. So I'm really happy she made it into the group, because if it wasn't for that one performance, she probably would have gotten kicked out. And this was my problem with the show. There were some for example, there were some members trainees in the show that were really good singers, but they didn't get like any opportunity to sing at all. So like the ones that made into the list, these were the ones that got the screen time. And then this is the reason why Sohei got in. Sohei got at least 1/4 of the screen time in every episode, and I don't think that's fair. So this was what was really annoying about the show. They focused a lot of on Sohei being the main focus of the show, instead of really dividing it up more evenly. So that's why I don't really agree with a lot of the way the show was produced. But overall, if you have the time to really watch the show, I would recommend watching it, especially because you really get to know a lot of the trainees, and a lot of them are a lot of news are being reported that, oh, this and this trainee is going to have a solo, or this and this trainee is going to debut really soon. So I think the purpose of the show was really to get a lot of the trainees, their names out there. So I mean, at least whenever they debut, they could include that they were part of the show, and then people can look back at that certain trainee singing or something. So special trainees that really stood out to me were Kim Juna, which is Kim Soo-hyun, the actor from My Love from Another Star. That's his half sister, and honestly, she doesn't really fit the the girl group vibe. I really see her as a soloist. She is rumored to make a solo debut and I think join like a band or something. But she was the probably top 3 singers in the group in the show. So who else? Hedy from Star Empire. I think she could have replaced Mina. In terms, I can see Mina being the cute member of the show, of the group. So that was my issue with Mina, because it was one or the other. So I think Hedy would have been a great addition, because she had this color to her voice that none of the other girls had. And I know some people might find it annoying, but I found it really charming, especially for the cuter song, the cute songs. It really fit her voice, and she would have been a great addition to the group. Also, Jeon Seon, I liked her in the beginning, but towards the end, you can really see she lost confidence in herself, and I don't think she would have fit in this group. But I think she was an overall great rapper and performer. Also, the other Nayoung from Jellyfish, I think she would have great replacement. Replace her with Sohei, and it would have been another great lineup. Because she had a great color in her voice, great performer. I was really shocked she didn't make it, and Mina actually made it, because she was better than Mina, to be honest. But then again, a lot of the show wasn't really based on talent. It was more on personality and how much screen time you got. So Mina got a lot of screen time compared to a lot of the other girls. So it was ended up picking favorites, and whoever had the most screen time, it's whoever got the most votes. Unless you were Somi, because Somi already had a huge fan base way before the show. So, but the thing is, at least Somi, she proved that she actually deserved to be in the top 11, because every time she performed, she she always brought it. And then oh, I like the auntie Insun. Like they didn't really show her a lot until like the halfway through. Halfway through the end, they really show her, and she really shined through the 24 hours track. Like I didn't know she was that great of a singer. So this is what I'm talking about. Like a lot of the girls could actually really sing well, and then they were given like the stupid the they were given like the like minimal lines, or like no like not even lines at all, or screen time. So this was my huge problem with the show, which is why I think it shouldn't have been like 101 girls. Maybe cut it to like 50, because it was just really unfair in my opinion. But overall, I'm really happy with the final lineup. It's probably gonna grow on me. Like I like Sohei, but I'm just upset that she got in and not someone else, because she's not as talented as the other girls. But hopefully she can prove everyone wrong, and I know a lot of people are pissed she's in. I mean, but you can't really deny that she really didn't deserve that place. But who knows? Hopefully she proves everyone wrong. I like her, but and then Chan, like why are you here? So this was my problem. Like, what is she gonna do after a year if this group stays together? Like, she totally ditched the other DIA or DIA girls, and I'm actually really happy. Like Kathy or Kihyun, the other DIA girl, her member from the same group, I'm really glad she didn't make it. I didn't like her at all. Like I don't know, she just gave me the worst vibes, because she just seemed really cold, and I don't know. Every time I saw her, I was just like, ugh. I mean, and not that she's ugly or anything. She just gave me like the weird vibe. Like, I don't know. It's difficult to explain. Like, I couldn't get to like her at all. I didn't get to like her at all. At least with Chan. Like, Chan was kind of just there. She's just kind of bland. But that was like my thing with those two from MBK. And for those who are upset that Donnie didn't make it, like, okay, like, when Donnie sang on some parts in some performances, she was pretty bad. Like, Donnie can't sing. Like, she can't really hold a tune. But when she rapped, she was decent. But I don't think she really brought anything. If she would have brought anything to the final lineup. So maybe, hopefully, Donnie like gets to act or something, because I don't think she's a great dancer, but other than that, she doesn't really bring anything to the table. And then another trainee that I was hoping for to be in the final lineup, but she really disappointed me, was Chanmi. And Chanmi, she was like supposed to be a Girls' Generation member, and she was part of co-ed school and Five Dolls. She was an extremely great performer, singer, but you can tell in the show she lost confidence after that Into the New World performance, when she had she was sick or something. She like got destroyed by Yeonjung, because that note was pretty bad. And after that, you can tell she like lost all confidence in herself. And it was really sad, because when you look back at Chanmi's like co-ed school stages, she was amazing. So I'm really hoping that she really gets the chance to debut in another group and have the opportunity to perform again. And hopefully she just gets over that, because and that was also being shady towards her. They didn't give her any screen time after that incident. So she like lost a lot of support. I thought she was going to debut, because in the beginning, she was ranking within the top 11 girls, and she was getting a lot of screen time. But after that, she basically disappeared, and I don't think it was fair for her to be like thrown under the bus just because she made one mistake. But when Sohei made a mistake, nobody made a big deal. So, that's just like my take on like a lot certain things about the show. Like I could go on for like hours and hours with how the show was edited, but overall I really enjoyed it. It was pretty funny. You really get to, and then you also you really grow to like the the teachers who like help them, and they advise them how to do like dancing, singing, and whatever. And it was really nice to see that the teachers were like actually very influential to the K-pop scene. So you can really see why they were selected to advise the girls. So if you want to get to know the 11 girls, watch the show. If you have the time, it's a pretty long. Every episode is like 2 hours long. So, I mean, if you have the time, I myself, I wasn't expecting to watch the show, but I grew to like it after the first episode. So, you never know if you're gonna end up like liking these type of shows. And there's also I think it's confirmed that there's gonna be a boy version of this, so I'm excited to see. And there's rumors that the big three are gonna be involved, like the big three trainees are gonna be involved. So SM, YG, and JYP boy trainees. So who knows? And at least for this time around, I know from what I read, it's not gonna be 101. So that's a lot better. So hopefully, I'll watch the show and maybe make a similar video to this. Sorry if I ramble way too much or got off topic, but I really wanted to make a video regarding the final lineup, and my opinions of each of the girls. Comment down below what members you wanted to be in the final.